PCI Evolutionary Biology is a free alternative to evaluate, validate, and publish articles in evolutionary biology. It's currently managed by 4 colleagues working at INRE in France. PCI was created in reaction to the current scientific publication system that suffers from several major weaknesses. It's too long and slow to publish. The article evaluation process isn't transparent. The costs are too high, too concentrated, and poorly justified. And it's rather vicious because authors and publishers have a common interest in publishing as many articles as possible, which can lead to a decrease in article quality. Preprints can resolve some of these issues because they share many of the qualities of published articles and correct for many of the faults. For example, they're free for authors and readers. Readers can access them immediately, and so on and so forth. However, the problem with preprints is they're not evaluated by peer review, so that we can find preprints of very bad quality on preprint servers. We therefore need a system to evaluate preprints. And this is what we do at PCI. We create communities of researchers who peer review and recommend preprint articles in their field of expertise. There are currently 13 fields covered by PCI, including ecology, paleontology, and evolutionary biology. This is how PCI works. First, authors deposit a preprint on a preprint server, for example, on arXiv or bioRxiv. Then they submit the link to the corresponding thematic PCI, for example, PCI evolutionary biology. If a reviewer of the PCI finds a preprint particularly interesting, they can initiate the evaluation process. A recommender is the equivalent of an associate editor in a traditional journal system. Based on at least 2 high-quality reviews, the recommender will make a decision to reject, to accept, or to request modifications. If the article is accepted after 1 or several rounds of review and revision, the authors must deposit the recommended version of the preprint article on the preprint server, and the recommender writes a short text of recommendation that's published with a DOI on the PCI Evolutionary Biology website, together with the reviews and all the editorial correspondence. The recommended article is then a final valid citable article. The authors may then choose to submit this article to a journal if they wish. Indeed, the authors can publish the recommended preprint right away in the peer community journal with no further peer review and at no cost, or they can submit it to a PCI-friendly journal. Some of these journals accept the PCI recommended article with no further peer review. Others have agreed to rapidly reply to a pre-submission inquiry to inform the authors if the journal is interested in publishing the article with or without peer review. If the authors are not satisfied by the answer, they can withdraw their article and submit it to a different journal, including the peer community journal. With this submission loop process, an article that's been recommended by PCI has a 100% chance of being published, and possibly very quickly. The current PCI-friendly journals in evolutionary biology, that is those journals agreeing to reply rapidly to a pre-submission inquiry, are Ecology Letters, Journal of Evolutionary Biology, Evolution Letters, Evolution, Oikos, and PLOS Biology. The Peer Community Journal is a new publication platform that will be launched in the fall of 2021, and it will accept all articles recommended by PCI as is and for free. This slide presents some important figures about PCI. There are currently 14 PCIs. Together, they've received 409 preprint submissions, of which 231 have been recommended. There are more than 100 organizations supporting the PCI initiative, including many universities and research institutes. PCI Evolutionary Biology was the first PCI created and currently has 430 recommenders, 215 submissions, and 127 recommendations. So, in conclusion, PCI is gaining momentum. So don't hesitate to submit your preprint article to PCI Evolutionary Biology or some other peer community to obtain a free public assessment of your work. Once you have that, you can then decide what to do, whether you're happy to leave it on a preprint server or if you want to go further and publish in a journal. Thanks for your attention.